Hey there, YouTube. Let me start out by this video by saying I am not a Brett Keane hater. I don't really care about his past indiscretions, his suspension from YouTube. None of that really matters to me. I was subscribed to him. I have watched a lot of his videos. I do find him entertaining. Well, yeah, I do, I guess. I haven't really watched. This is his new video, questions that stump non-believers. And as a non-believer, I'm ready to be stumped. So I'm going to do it Paul's Ego style. Or anybody else who does that, I just associate it with Paul's Ego, whatever. Yeah, that's a Hello Kitty bandage. Anyway, let's begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's 9:45 at night. But forgivable.
Talk about some simple, basic stuff as well as some complicated, heavy material.
Heavy material. I do notice after that Straight Dope video how he uses words like that to kind of make himself sound smarter. Material. I use material to build.
Things that are going to make you think. They're going to make you question if atheism has the answer for it.
No. 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 Why would it? Why would atheism, why would not believing in a God answer anything?
These are questions I've asked myself for a long time, and I never could come up with an answer.
Because they don't need an answer. It has nothing to do with that.
Whenever I was a non-believer. And I guarantee as you watch my comments section after this video is made, atheists will not be able to answer the questions as well.
Yeah, they will. They have.
As the points that I make. Just
You've done it yourself.
watch, pay attention. If you are an atheist or an agnostic,
Which I am. Not an agnostic.
do me a favor.
Alright. Favor
I
time.
want you to turn around right now, and I want you to look directly at any mirror that is nearby. I
Okay.
want you to look at it, and I want you to ask yourself who you are. That simple of a question. Look.
Who am I? What a beautifully introspective thing to think about. Well, Jeff. I'm a construction worker. I work for my dad. I'm 19. I just shaved all my hair off because I was going bald. I'm apparently much smarter than Brett Keane, despite him apparently being wiser in his old age. I'm wondering why suddenly after Straight Dope pwns his ass, sorry to use that word, I don't like it either, he decides to suddenly switch gears and hide behind no ratings and being a Christian. Anyway, let's continue.
In the mirror and ask yourself, where did the voice inside your head come from?
My brain.
This thing that people represent as consciousness.
Brain.
Why is it that you have
Electrical current in the brain.
this for? Why is it that there is no animal in the world that has the ability to be able to have that voice inside their head?
Evolution.
That shows them
Because we've evolved to be the highest form of life currently on this planet.
what to do, why not to do things, and such.
Electrical currents again.
Atheists and agnostics are very fond of sitting there saying that there is no God, or
Yes, that's kind of what we do.
there's simply not enough information for a God.
No, evidence, not information. There's lots of information. There's just no evidence.
But they simply can't even answer who they
Why are you yellow?
are as a person, or where
I know why.
their consciousness came from.
Electrical currents in the brain. You're an asshole for thinking that because you think highly. Because you have higher thought. I've talked about this in the video. I don't know if it's up. But it's extremely vain. Extremely vain to think just because we have higher thought processes that we are divinely created by some sort of magical fucking creature up in the sky. That is vanity at its highest.
They can't even answer the question of where life began and how it existed.
So what? Magic does not answer that.
It's easy to sit around and say, well, science is evolution, but
Let's pretend you go... This is going to be a long video. Let's pretend you go into the laundry room. And you're rifling through your pants pockets and you find $10 in there. Now, what would you logically think? Oh, I must have left this in here. Okay, that's logical, probably. It would be illogical to go and think, Did a fairy put this in here? Did a fairy put this $10 in my pocket? It must be. It must be. That's basically what it is to go, we must have been popped in here by magic, as opposed to trying to figure out a reasonable, logical explanation. Fucking Brett.
Evolution doesn't tell you how it is any of life got here.
Really? You're making the... Oh my... You're making this argument?
Doesn't tell you why you exist for. It's simply...
Why I exist for. Well, why I exist for is because I don't need a reason to exist, frankly. Why do our rabbits exist? There's really not a reason. There doesn't need to be. You don't need a reason. You make your own reason. That's the great thing about life.
Gives you a bunch of concepts and theories about how one transitions from this and that.
Oh, he's doing the famous hand signals to hand fucking movements to discredit it.
But it doesn't tell you where the original source came from.
Who cares?
Where the original little speck came from.
Who cares?
Where it is consciousness came from. These are things
Who cares? That does not mean magic.
to think about. And if someone is intellectually honest, then they will realize they don't have the answer, and they won't be arrogant and prideful and pretend as though they know something made up.
Who does that? Oh! Wait a minute. Christians do. Weird. Get to
Some humans out there have the capability of painting beautiful pictures. Some of them paint abstract ideas.
And some have the ability to write well.
Where do they get that from? Atheists usually will describe...
You can learn to paint. Yeah. Yeah, some people are naturally able to paint. Some people are naturally able to write. Some people are naturally able to sing. Blah, 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 blah. But you can learn these things. Someone who can't sing, unless they're, like, tone deaf, they can learn to sing. Someone who can't paint can learn to paint. Someone who can't write music can learn to write music. Someone who can't write books can learn to write books. We're not innately born with these for the most part. Like, if you just left a baby... Here's a good experiment. Leave a baby in a room, just like raised in a room, like with no one fucking teaching them anything, and then like 20 years later, feed them and all that bullshit. Yeah, eating is bullshit. But anyway, take them out, have them paint something. I guarantee nothing's gonna come out. Do that to 20 babies, and maybe one of them will paint something of any real significance. But I doubt it. I doubt it.
This is being a part of nature, and that we have instincts, and the reason why we're able to do certain things like run like we do this, do that, is because this is nature built into us, so we would be able to survive the environment and whatever variables we come up against. But how would they explain the reason why it is we have beautiful artwork and masterpieces? How is it that man was able to create these things?
Imagination. Another thing we have because of our higher thought process. Actually, imagination is one of the reasons that God came into being. Because we imagined a reason because we didn't have one. So there you go.
Painting a Mona Lisa isn't going to cause one to be able to have better probability of survival. It doesn't have anything to do with your instincts whatsoever. So why is it that humans have the ability to paint beautiful paintings,
learning and imagination,
direct these fantastic movies that exist throughout our world, to be able to have the kind of imagination they do, the ability to create unique worlds and unique ideas that have never existed before? Where does that
imagination, electrical currents, brain,
inspiration come from? Can they even tell you where inspiration itself is?
I don't know if it's electricity, but no, I think it's electrical currents.
Or why? Why does the human brain do this? Could it?
Because of the evolution evolving to higher brain functions, which causes our brains to be able to create things in them, which causes us to want to use our hands to put them onto something else.
Possibly be because we create, because maybe, just maybe, we come from a creator that has inspiration.
No, that's fucking stupid.
imagination. A lot of atheists out there subscribe to the...
That's like saying just because you're a fucking good painter, then your kid is going to be a good painter. Or because you're a good musician, your kid's going to be a good musician.
concept of a Big Bang. A singularity that
Brett, I think you need a Big Bang.
basically infused itself and imploded and basically expanded throughout the universe. But
Did it implode? I thought it just was a rapid expansion of space-time.
how do they know it's just one single singularity? How do they know that there's not simply many different pockets that are just the same way that expand and explode in all different
How do they? What's your point?
directions? Because from our understanding of the universe, we are very infantile of our knowledge of what we know.
Yep, that's true.
How do they know that there wasn't a singularity over here or a singularity over there that also did exactly the same thing? And how do they know that the universe begins or ends? They do not know.
You're right, Brett. It must be magic. That's the only possibility. I mean, if we don't know right now, magic.
They do not know if it goes on forever and ever. There is no way to be able to define or measure the universe. The universe is not sitting in some kind of aquarium or box where it can be measured from corner to corner or side to side. So how do they know? How do they know that what they're seeing whenever they look at the remnants of what they claim to be the Big Bang, that there isn't simply more material going this way as this way? They will say, well...
You're right. The Earth is flat. There's sea monsters in the sea. We should shit in fucking outhouses. All countries should be ruled by monarchies or tyrants. We should probably just live in the jungle in mud huts, probably. You know, because they didn't really know how to build. So, since we can't learn anything and we should just put in our own answers for funsies, yeah.
They base it on radiation, but how far do those tools go? They don't really know. So go ahead and answer. Do you know the measurements, and how would you actually know the age of the universe? I'm all ears, ladies and gentlemen. Give me what you got. How does an atheist know that the universe simply hasn't begun over and over again? If
We don't.
things started with a singularity, and the theory is that things are going to end with a crunch or end with a rubber band effect, how do you know that the universe simply doesn't explode, expand out, then basically come to a point where it heats up, it's over, and then it starts over and regenerates life over and over with either the help of God or simply by itself with no kind of assistance at all?
Oh my lord! No kind of assistance at all? How could that possibly be? Brett, do you hear yourself, man? Do you hear yourself? Like, did you watch this video back? Were you watching this video and yeah. Oh, Brett, you sly dog, you got them now.
Go ahead, answer that. Feel free.
You don't. Who cares? Who gives a shit if we don't know it yet? Just because we don't know it now doesn't mean we won't know it later.
We're all ears. We're all eyes, too.
Oh, he's speaking for all Christians now. That's cool. Now that he got kicked out of one gang and decided he needs to join another gang, he's speaking. He's the team captain.
If you don't mind...
Oh, Brett, you charismatic motherfucker.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at that mirror again. You know the one I asked you to look at?
My mirror's over there.
You are basically questioning who you are, why you're here, why it is you have a consciousness in which you can think.
I answered that
I
earlier.
want you to think about this. If you have the ability to have a consciousness that basically helps you through your everyday life, then who are you?
I do have one of those. It helped me. Like when I see someone and they're in front of me in line and I'm like, I should murder them. And it's like, no, you shouldn't murder them. I'm like, yeah, thanks, God. Oh, wait, no, I don't do that.
For you to sit there and tell other people that there is not an external force in the universe, that it too can think, it too can sit there and have a consciousness, it too has the ability to create just like you. How easy it would be for you to just simply say, well, I can't see it, I can't hear it. There's plenty of things, millions of things in the universe that you cannot see with the human eye. Trillions of things, actually, if one wants to really, really sit there and expand their ideas on this. There are things that are right in...
You're right, Brett. You're right. I'm a Christian now. I quit. I quit all this atheist nonsense and I believe in God now. You know, because we can't prove he doesn't exist. So fuck it. Fuck it. Why not? I'm gonna go have a party with God and the Sasquatch and Pixies and the fucking Loch Ness Monster and dragons and Merlin. Not my cat, the wizard. King Arthur. Did King Arthur exist? Maybe. Who else? The Thundercats. I'm gonna chill with the Thundercats. I'm gonna ride on a Transformer and go to their planet. I'm gonna go to the Cyclones planet for Battlefield Earth. Ooh, that'll be fun. But do not bring a bomb. Shut the fuck up.
In front of you, ladies and gentlemen, that you cannot see. You cannot see many, many things if it wasn't for some of the tools that we have today. And where did we get the inspiration and where did we get the idea?
Alright, Brett, here you go. If we fucking find God, I'll believe in God. If that happens, we find him, we prove he is the real God, I'll believe in him. I'm not saying I won't believe if fucking I have proof. What I'm saying is just because we don't have proof he doesn't exist, I'm waving my hands around like a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. That proves my point. What I'm saying here is, shut up, you're being stupid. You have fucking countered these points.
Ideas for this technology. If it wasn't for the technology, the understanding, the knowledge that we think that somehow we absorbed on our own, we wouldn't be able to see nothing.
We wouldn't be able to see nothing. That's a double negative, Brett.
Have anything. So how can one sit there and say that there's definitely no conscious out in the universe that did any of this stuff or had some kind of assistance or put production in?
Who said there's definitely not? We said there's probably not, because there is definitely no evidence.
To it. You don't know. You can't even explain why your own brain works the way it does.
Who cares? Electrical currents.
Humanity.
Do I look like a fucking brain? Do I look like a fucking neurologist? Why don't you do questions to Stump neurologists? How about that? You have some fucking neurologists. They'll explain to you how fucking brains work, and then you can shut your fucking mouth.
He hasn't even come to the understanding of why the mind works the way it does, yet you're going to sit there and arrogantly and pridefully say, oh, there is no God. There is...
The irony is... Man, I could do a whole load of laundry with how much irony there is. That was weak. But anyway, yeah, the irony of him saying we're arrogant when he is saying there's a God. Definitely.
There's nothing out there thinking, there is nothing out there watching. Are you sure? Besides not being able to give an adequate answer for why life is what it is and why it is you have a consciousness and why you are who you are. And why it is the universe exists. None of these things that you can answer. So most likely you're not going to be able to answer the questions about death. What happens to us after...
Nothing. Nothing happens. Just like if you go shoot a fucking deer or a rabbit or whatever in the woods, it's just gone. You're just gone. And that is the most depressing thing about atheism. You're just gone. Dead. No more. There's no life. Once your brain, which is you are your brain. If they could somehow take your brain out of you, put it into a robot, that robot would be you. This body, this everything here, this bald head, this fucking beard, this is a carcass. When I die, this is no more than a carcass. It is useless, it is worthless, it is junk. Throw it out, fucking burn it, get rid of it, because it is crap.
We die. Since you don't know anything about the consciousness and you don't know why it is that your brain works the way it does, you can't possibly know that after this body leaves or it simply doesn't exist or it withers away if your consciousness is going to go on beyond...
No, why would it?
...this world. You don't know. You have absolutely no idea, and for you to sit there and say that there is no afterlife, there is no God, who are you? What gives you the authority?
And who the fuck are you, Brett? Who the fuck are you? You're some fucking wife-beating, goddamn, doc-dropping, team-switching, fucking stupid-ass fucking sudden goddamn Christian who gets pissed off that fucking people were just throwing money. Oh, you got health problems. Other people got fucking health problems. Other people got problems, Brett. You're not the only one. You don't fucking deserve this. You don't make the kind of quality videos. There's a reason you're not big on YouTube. You're just big because of how stupid you are. And I'm seeing this now. Clearly, it's really hard not to see it now. This is why people even fucking pay attention to you. Because every fucking 2 seconds you're saying something retarded, or you're acting retarded, you're being a dickhead, and suddenly everybody's pissed off at you. Now everybody's pissed off at you, so you go to the motherfuckers who will just take you for any fucking reason just to say, we got him. You know what? I agree with Coughlin. I don't really like Coughlin that much. I'm glad you're gone, okay? I can see now, suddenly, what everybody fucking says, why everybody trashes on you all the time. You're talking like a fucking dickhead right here, alright? And yeah, I know now I'm talking like a dickhead, but you're talking like a real fucking prick, okay? All this fucking, you guys are fucking arrogant because of this and that, and now I'm swearing every other word because it makes me look badass. You know, and you're just fucking, see, I'm doing it again. You're just attacking us like you believe this and blah, blah, fucking blah. You know what, Brett? You suddenly believe that there is a God 100% without fucking any evidence. So fuck you. Finish your fucking video.
You don't even have the intelligence. You don't even have the education to be able to make that kind of
ironic
point. All you can do is sit there and give zings and zings and zings and zings, but you can't give any of the facts. You can't give evidence for your claims.
Like the Bible.
If you assert that there is no afterlife, and you assert that there is no external force with a consciousness that may have had something to do with the universe or had something to do with life itself, then you need to shut up. Shut up and think. Think more.
Brett, you're the stupidest motherfucker on YouTube now. You really are. Because at least fucking Venom Fang X stuck to his goddamn convictions. He started as a fucking douchebag Christian, and now he's still a douchebag Christian. You know, for all these other fucking Christians out here who act like assholes, at least they stuck with it. At least they didn't start off making all these fucking atheist videos saying, I was a Christian for 15 fucking years, now I'm an atheist, and now suddenly to recant like this? First of all, I don't fucking believe you. Because nobody who said all the things you said before could say this shit now and take themselves seriously. There's no fucking way. You must be out of your mind. When that fucking dude on your other channel said you've grown wise in your old age, I think he meant senile.
Humility. Listen. Pay attention.
Humility. Listen. From the guy who says there's definitely a God.
Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. It was fun.
Yeah, peace out, Brett Keane. Have fucking fun. I am gonna watch you like a fucking lapdog, like a fucking watchdog. And every video you make, every stupid thing you say, don't hold me to this. I will be on it. Like flies on shit. Also, I just want to reply to this. This is why I believe that God doesn't allow himself to have complete proof of his existence. And without faith, it is impossible to please God, because anyone who comes to him must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. Hebrews 11:6. That really sounds like an excuse from people who can't prove their God exists. So good night, ladies and gentlemen. And fuck you, Brett Keane.